Hello, I wanted to do a video, it's kind of on the side of politics. I know when Kyle started his freedom of speech video, it's kind of got me thinking about politics and stuff, and I kind of wanted to do a video about kids, like minors, your rights as a minor, and what I agree with, what I don't agree with, I'm 19, obviously, so, I'm technically an adult, whatever, so, I mean, my legal rights are whatever. But I mean, this is kind of my thoughts on how younger people are treated, minors, any pretty much people under the age of 18 are treated about their rights and stuff like that. And first, I'm gonna say think I do not like Bill O'Reilly. I think as a liberal, I obviously don't. My opinions don't really match up with his. The only thing we do agree on is he's against the death penalty, and so am I. But my grandmother gave me his book. I don't know if this is gonna be backwards in the original, but it's Kids Are Americans Too. Um, but Bill, I might try and find a link to like information in the book or where you can buy it or something and put it down there. But it's my grandmother gave it to me when I was a kid. Well, like maybe it's just starting high school, early, and I have my dresser is like a couple drawers, and then there's like a cabinet thing, and I kind of put it in there with some other stuff, and I just kind of forgot about it. And I did actually, and I picked it up recently. I read it, and I'm 19 years old, but I just read it out of curiosity, and I actually liked it, surprisingly enough. And I think that if you're a minor, read it. It's I mean, there are some times where I'm thinking, really, you have to, because obviously, like, some of but I think he uses some examples that are decently unbiased that you could look at from either side. There are a couple times where he'll bring up that he's believes in this or something, but nothing to the point where it's going to annoy you. It's pretty, even keel. I think that anyone should read it, and I think not only minors should read it, but parents, especially parents who are on a power trip. The type of parents who think that they control every aspect of your life. Well, they should read it and realize that they can lose sometimes, or teachers and stuff. You guys can lose sometimes. Um, the one thing though I wish he would have brought up, there's one part where he talks about with freedom of religion for minors. There's a girl who wants to be, I guess I think she wanted to be Wiccan, and she's like, I know my rights, you can't make me go to church. I think they're like Catholic or Christian or something, and which is untrue, which as long as she's a minor living in her parents' house, she has to do what they say. I really wish he would have mentioned that you can still have your personal beliefs. They can't force you to believe it. It's just like you can be forced to go to Catholic church, but you can't be forced to believe it, if you know what I mean. You can still believe in either. You can still, like, if you're atheist, your parents are forcing you to go to Catholic church, you can still believe in being. You can still not believe in God. You don't have to. You can tell people my parents are Catholic and I have to go to church with them, but personally I don't believe in God. Whatever. I wish he kind of would have mentioned that, because I think that would have just kind of added to the, your parents can do this, but they can't force you to believe it, which they can't. You can't force people to believe stuff like that, but that's my opinion. But there are some things in there that I think are good. Like I learned something I didn't clearly realize is that kids still, minors still have a right to privacy in a way. It's kind of like, information that's obtained illegally cannot be used in court. There was an example of a girl's boyfriend robbed someone or something, and her mother snooped on the phone and with her and her boyfriend, and the boyfriend admitted to it. She went to the police. She couldn't use the evidence because she obtained it illegally. So even though her daughter was a minor, her snooping on her phone call was illegal. That's something cool. But definitely pick up the book and have your parents read it if you're a minor, because trust me, I really do wish I had read it when I was a minor, because it made me learn some things and realize some stuff. Even though I'm young, I still kind of can fight for things, and I still do have rights. But my thoughts, though, are I feel that as Americans, if you're an American citizen, we should all get the same rights regardless of our age. I can understand laws on smoking and drinking and stuff like that. There's like laws on running a car. But freedom of speech and stuff like that, I feel, I don't know, to me, or you should have the same rights. I look at it like, I don't like that kids or minors are looked down upon, kind of like in our society. It does annoy me. You know, of course, teenagers always get that bad reputation. Um, Something curfew does kind of annoy me, but at the same time, I kind of understand. Like 14-year-olds who complain about curfew. Where the hell do you have to go and that you're going to be out past midnight? You don't have a driver's license, and I'm sure most of your friends don't. I'm 14. You know, you may have a 16-year-old friends, but you know, I just look at it like I had new like people on a forum complaining. I'm like, you're like 14, 13 years old. What the hell are you going to be doing out past midnight? Excuse me. So I can understand the curfew to a point. Like I can understand not being so strict on it. Like if you're driving with someone who's older, you know, whatever. Um, um, what else? I don't know. My main thing is I'm very strongly for freedom of speech. That's just something that I very very much feel strongly about. I do think with the religion thing though, I don't, you know, I think it shouldn't matter what your family is. Um, to me, I think religion's a personal thing. I think that if you're forced to go to church, it's not going to mean anything. You know, I mean, what are you doing forcing your child to go to church? It's not going to make them believe anything that, you know, to me, I feel that, I don't know. You know, look, some people out there are lucky enough to have open minded parents or something that are going to be cool with, you know, you being a different religion than them. Or, you know, could even go to the point where your whole family's atheist and you believe in Christianity and you want to go to church, but they won't let you, and they won't let you go with friends, which I think is uncool. You should be allowed to practice any religion too, not only just be atheist or go, you know, against your parents in that kind of way. Um, I don't know. I just kind of think that the whole, I don't know. But yeah, I really do think I hate in school. I feel that in school we are taught our rights as Americans, but you don't really hit on like what your rights are as a minor, and that's why I think that this book is good for, because it kind of teaches you things that I don't really, you know, in school. At least I don't remember being taught. Well, you know, this is your rights after you turn 18, but this is how you're restricted. You are under that, you know, and that's something I hate about school is you're taught your rights, but you're also have them partially, you know, taken away or controlled. You know what I mean? I can understand prison. Obviously, you are by committing crimes, you are giving up your rights. You know, by going because you get sent to prison. But in school, I don't know. It just bothers me. And something that does bother me is protesting. What happened to protesting? Peaceful protesting is legal. You know, yet there are people who are, I don't know. That's just something that I remember. I had kids in elementary school who like looked up protesting. Oh, elementary school. I had a friend, and I guess a friend and her friend, a friend and a friend's friend made a petition against something the school was doing. They got they got 100, over 100. I don't remember how many signatures they got, but they got a lot of signatures, and it did not make a damn difference. They wrote out a very well written thing. I mean, we were like fifth. I was fifth grade. She was sixth grade, and that's something that bothered me. I'm like, just because we're kids does not mean we're, you know, that's something that bothered me. It didn't do anything. um the whole petition and everything, it's just like, what the hell, you know? I don't know, I just look at it like that's really stupid. um I don't know, I just look at certain things like that. If a young person, a minor, has a really well written out petition, very does everything the right way, and then it gets ignored, you know, even if not just an elementary school kid, like a teenager. um but excuse me. um yeah, I just, that's my ramblings on it. Is there anything else I needed to bring up about it? I don't know, what are your thoughts? Kyle, I'm sure you might have something to say about it, since you're usually very in, you know, thoughtful when it comes to being against the government or having your thoughts on stuff. I mean, you're very passionate about the freedom of speech video. um but I don't know, I look at it like we're all Americans. I think we should all have the same rights. Given, of course, you're an American citizen, you know, you're, whether you're 12 or 22, you know, I understand there are certain restrictions on things, like, again, smoking, drinking, you know, renting a hotel room. Obviously, a 12-year-old should not be able to rent a hotel room. But I think a 12-year-old should be able to say whatever they want to say. But that's just me. So I think I'll end this because it's getting about 10 minutes long. But that is it. I will talk to you later. Bye.